Welcome back to Yeti, episode 57. We continue with the mission to claim a top 3 position at the end of the season in the Continental Pro Rankings, top 2 actually, and we're in Shanghai for this one. China, 2 pro race. I've got a bunch of sprinters at this one, so we're going to be aiming for the sprints, and this is looking like a great opportunity other than a minus 13 from just 3 riders. The rest of the team balances that out just a bit anyway. Definitely a bit of a negative overall, but Zhu has a +2. Pickrell has a +5. Fantastic on his. Lubers has a +3, so, you know, the fastest guys will be in good shape. Intensity is the name of the game for this stage, and why I've also brought you in pretty dang early. The stage just started, but the entirety of this stage is just 90k. So we're already inside 48. We're going to get one guy to go back and get water for the one and only time today. And we're going to be forming up pretty dang early. The good news, we're definitely at the top of the list when it comes to sprinters. Zhu, the quickest, but Pickrell, like the 3rd quickest. Lubers is like the 5th or 6th quickest. We should, keyword, should, doesn't always happen, but we should do pretty dang well. And we're already down to 18k, no break, 17k, 16k, nothing happening too crazy just yet, 15k. I'm gonna sit on just a little bit longer here. Okay, kind of the last hill of the day right there, and that's a good time, 13k. So I'm actually hoping to go kind of late, if possible, here to set up not just a win, hopefully, but to try to place well, like make that podium pretty much ours. That's what I would love to do. Doesn't normally happen. It's pretty much a rarity, but you know, we'll see as Chang is still kind of fighting to get through. Finally gets up on Greenland. We're already down inside 9k. We're definitely going to start pushing a little bit harder. Gel up for the next couple. Okay, 7k. Doing pretty good already on the lead out and the setup, and 6k. Okay, 97 for Alton Garrel. Other teams are trying to come along. 5k, gel up for the rest. Okay, here comes another team coming up alongside us. Hainan, take it over, 3.9. Okay, he's going to start sprinting inside 3 to set up Lubers. Pickrell and Zhu. A little bit further out than I thought. We are out front. We're going to take a 1-2, I think. Greenland's going to get 4th. Zhu takes the win. Pickrell gets 2nd. Greenland gets 4th. That's a good points haul right there. I'm not quite sure what happened with Lubers. Lubers is last on the team. So, speaking of Zhu, this one did not work out in the way you would hope. I mean, he picks up another team, and that's fine. He can help Taiwan level up if he goes on and claims other victories. I mean, he's got 20 of them, but, you know, nothing at the highest levels. Part that's bothering me here, though, is he's going to tutor. It's a bit of a rival for us. In terms of rankings, they're only 25th, but over the last week, we've dropped right back down to 17th, and 3rd, Archaea, up to 6,500, Intermarché to 6,200, so one off week in between races, and we drop right back down to 3rd on the list. And in that team index, has Tudor jumped ahead of us? They have 2 spots ahead of us. So they've used our own guy to bury us. Oh, money. If only we had more of the... Gotta start watching out as we do hold the leader's jersey after that first stage, so we've got to be careful with breakaways. There was a team in play that seemed like they were going to take it under control and then really started to let it go out. So I brought Chang forward. Chang had to ride alone for quite a while. Brought it back from 7 back down to 6. And once he did, a couple other teams have picked up that mantle to help us with chasing. Seems to be under control. 120k left to go on this one. Final 12K, and there were 7 riders in the break. 2 of them actually just crashed moments ago to come back into the peloton, but there's 45 seconds left. That's it to catch front group, and with Grunland moving to the front, suddenly that gap's starting to come down, and that group's starting to split up. But this is the punchy and hilltop finish of this race, so it's going to be a little different than the others. Grunland is now done. On to Chang, and we're also down to just 9K, so we'll get those next couple of gels. Zhu is going to be at the back, and I'm hoping he can participate in a sprint, but really Pickrell is the actual leader for the stage. Chang, now red bar, but he's caught the front 4, still 7K to go. I think I can give him a 99, just keep going as fast as he can manage to go right now. Hope he can hit this crest, and then the quick descent before we have to shift to Hainan. That'll give me 5 guys to make things happen. Gel up for the final ones, and Chang's done, Okay, on to Hainan. Hainan's going to make that big push as we crest, so I guess that kind of actually works out. Small splits in the field. 3K, Hainan, 3K left. Full gas, 99. I'll keep him moving on his own after onto Lubers. 2K, Alton Garrel getting let out. Pickrell, Zhu starting to get a little bit tired, but we're in a very, very strong position right now. Lubers, soft sprinting. Alton Garrel taking over at 1.2. Not lasting too long, though, but Pickrell and Zhu are still there. And out front, and nobody seems to be catching us. It's going to be Pickrell for the stage. Alton Garrel's going to hang on for a second. Zhu's going to slip, though. He is not going to keep third. However, he's not going to lose time. And Pickrell gets the win. We're in great shape. 2 for 2 so far. Stage 3 of 5, the final one that's not a sprint. And this is, in some ways, going to be the toughest stage. For one, we're already down to just over 100K left on the stage, so it's pretty short, pretty intense. We got 4 climbs, technically, at least categorized, but realistically, we've got 3 climbs along the way, but a pretty good hill on the way towards the finish is the one that has me concerned. Our race day condition yesterday was a slight positive. We were plus like 3, plus 4. Today, it's the opposite. It is the opposite today, but it's only, what, a -1 total, but the net is, what, -5? So, not looking too good on that part, but I think we'll be okay. It's Grunland, it's Hainan, it's Chang, it's Domestiques that have the negatives. Pickrell, who's the overall leader of the race, he had a 5-second advantage at the finish line yesterday, so he gained 15. That puts him into a pretty healthy lead right now, and Zhu and Alton Garrel are both still right there at the top of the standings on this one. So we're in a fantastic position, and we've got 7 riders just over 2 minutes ahead with 70K to go, and we're going to hit the top pretty soon. Grunland's not going to last terribly long, and I'm kind of okay with that. He might recover on the descent. I'll have to probably bring Chang in to contribute in his stead. And we'll just well, he just crashed out with a bunch of riders. That's a bunch of riders out. We're down to 97. Let's get Hainan. And it's not me, right? We're pushing a 63, but this team at the front is racing hard to try to pull away from those guys. Okay, we got the water. We got 50K to go. I'm down a rider. I've got Chang kind of tired, and we've got 1 climb coming, and still a 2.5 minute advantage to the front 6 that needs to be pulled back. Considering it was 7 riders, it seems like they probably haven't recovered too well on the descent. They're pushing pretty hard, and the rider was lost, just prior to that, but you would imagine they'll have recovered at least some. Okay, 33K to go. Chang, we're going to have to up that effort. See what this does. I'm going to start to slow it down. So we're looking at now inside 2 minutes. So the chase is definitely coming. The gap's coming down pretty quick, and we seem to be holding position and not going too deep on this. But it's time to start upping the effort, putting 80 down there. Chang did make his way forward with a 70, so actually really the pace isn't that bad. But I'd love to set us up for a sprint and, make a big effort right as we go to crest, because then I know it can come down to a sprint at that point, which favors us. Down to a minute and a half on the chase group. 5K from the top, and now the tempo has gotten really high, up to an 85. Salting Girl who went backwards. Maybe it was Zhu. It was Zhu. It was Zhu. Okay, Zhu. Yeah, 91. Didn't I have somebody protecting you? It was probably Chang. It was. It was definitely Chang. Zhu making his way back. 2.5K from the top. 500 meters.
The riders are going through a very tough portion with percentages above 10%.
And we are cresting.
Breakaway at the front.
Here's where we're gonna go crazy and try to get to the front.
We're
gonna set up like a 93 for these guys to try to get back into position here briefly on the descent, and then we can get out front. With crashes happening, we're descending, and it's raining. Last two riders from the breakaway have a 1 minute advantage. Another big crash.
It looks like the pack has bitten the dust collectively.
Kind of want to save the effort until you get to the flat, but you've got to get into position.
The riders are entering the last 5
6K.
kilometers of the stage.
Let's take a gel for everyone. $5K. I'm not sure a sprint's looking too good for us right now. There we go. We're reaching the bottom. We're gonna start setting up whatever sort of sprint we can muster in just 4K. Kind of everybody goes forward, but who can follow? Altingaro and Lubers are up in good position. Altingaro's third overall, so I'm gonna have Lubers lead out Altingaro. That's 4K. Chang is going to actually do the lead out here. Chang will go 99. There's Pickroll and Hainan, so Hainan's going to follow that up with Pickroll, and then Zhu just behind that. Okay. Okay, we might actually make this work. We'll try to get Hainan just second in order. Chang. There's Hainan already. Okay, Chang's gonna start sprinting early. It's so late. It's so late to the game here. So Chang escapes out, pulls Hainan now. And then Lubers. Okay, at 1.4, we'll take a moment to see how well we've gotten into position, and decently well. Is it looking like that's a hill? Pickroll and Zhu, 800 meters.
Fabulous.
And Zhu, I think Zhu can still win this thing. You got two guys on either side of us. And Bystrom? Yeah, he's not that great. Top speed. And then Govakar. Oh, the breakaway just won. Damn, the breakaway just won. And Govakar is going to hang on. We didn't win anyway. That would have been third, though, for Zhu. Small group thins the field. We only lost time to 2 breakaway riders. Let's hope they weren't in a good position in the overall. I never did check that. So 34 seconds behind the front of the field, and a small group. Yeah, small group there. We're still in the 1, 2, 3 position. Govakar gained a little time. He was in the small group. He was the one who took third on the stage, but the others were not a factor. And we're down to just 20 riders left in that same time bundle, which I have 5 guys with, of course, the top 3. So we're still looking really good overall. Stage 4, not the easiest sprint stage you're going to see, with 2 tougher climbs, but already behind us. We're down to 70K with 1 short climb remaining, and it's a slow descent that helps set it up for sprinters at the end. We have, of course, had to do most of the work. Grunland at the front, but he's gotten at least a little bit of support, and somehow, probably through a crash, we split the field there momentarily, but it didn't stay away, and that's okay. Today is not one of those days gain time. Today's a day to make sure that we catch the front 2, who are down to a minute 40 advantage, and have been alone the whole time, and then this time get back to winning ways. We won the first 2. We lost the third one, and even though it was 2 breakaway riders, 1-2, we still were only 4th. We still had one guy actually beat us to the line, but that was coming off a difficult climb, and that was way out of position by the time we started things. Today should be much more a standard sprint for us, and Grönland, the only one in negative. This is actually a good positive race day condition, healthy positive race day condition, something that has been in absolute rarity. We've had those slight positives, +3, +4s. Breakaway's already caught, by the way, 24K left, but it's been ages. It has been ages since we have had a proper, healthy, positive, green race day condition. 17K to go, Chang. I was a little late on the water party, but we'll be done with it here soon. Come on, 13K. Nobody else is pushing too hard. There we go. 11.7. Little late. Set up the train, though. Grönland's done. I'll just put him on the back. Chang's going to go to work. Alright, Chang's got to find a gap. And there's a gap. Don't need him at 99, but we need to get out there pretty quick with just 10K left. So Hainan, Grönland, Lubers finds his way through. Keep pulling to the left there. There we go. Already just 9K, so we're definitely going to start rolling harder with Hainan. 7.8. The last little bit of hill stuff is right now. Very short, very brief, not very steep. 6K, last couple of gels. Hainan gets us on the setup there, and Lubers to take over. Let's keep up the tempo with the hill.
The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed the 5 kilometers road sign.
4K. And we're down to the final 3.5 guys here at 3K. So Alton Garrel will come off the wheel, bring it in a little bit closer, get me to 2K. 1.7 sprinting. Going that little bit later because I'm looking for the 1-2, not just the 1. And we're going to get it. Maybe. We got one guy coming in pretty dang fast, but Pickrell takes the win. The guy who I thought might be 3rd. Zhu gets 2nd. Pickrell wins again. And then Zhu 2nd. And then he gets the ultimate throw there and beats Kubis. By the way, this race, the thing that's helping make this easier and how it's very different from other races in this series anyway, is the circumstances where possibly for the first time in the entire series we are either level or maybe a point or 2 better than those around us. Largely because it's a Continental Pro race in China, and all of the teams here, except 3, are Chinese. Us, 7-Eleven for the Philippines, which I've actually seen them in person training in the Philippines, and then a Thai team. That's it. That's the only foreign teams here, and that has meant we have a field that we're actually on par with, if not a hair better than, and you can see that we've dominated 3 out of the 4 stages so far, and we were pretty dang close on the other one. And that is ultimately why I have to play the game in a more challenging way, right? We're already playing on the hardest difficulty. Win level, it's too easy to dominate. You're not going to win them all, but we've won 75% of the 4 stages here, win level, for the first time in the whole series. And that's why it's too dang easy. It's too dang easy. We don't get this scenario very often, though, and this is all about just hammering home those points. And, okay, from that angle, you can see how he held on to get the win, and how Zhu came along but also faded right at the end. The other guy kept going strong, and we somehow just squeezed that one out. Yeah, that's tight. Front 6 down to a front 5, just a 1.5 minute advantage, but 30K to go. They've got a small chance. They they're looking like it's going to be tough, and we've been chasing a long time. But Grunland, the one guy we've had involved in leading that chase, is toast. So I probably need to get Chang out there to help make sure that we are bringing this thing back. Now just a minute 13. Last little hill about to hit, but it's much more of a descent than the hill prior. Are getting some support from other teams, but a 77 is enough to force our way forward. Suddenly 3 riders dropped off of that, and yeah, it seems like it's just about in control. 22 kilometers left. Last hill of this race done. It looks like we are headed for that overall victory. It looks like we're headed for an overall 1, 2, 3, but can we make it 4 stages from 5? We have split the peloton here momentarily. Okay, 17k and a little early, but as we about to catch these guys, I think this is actually a good time to kind of start on early. So 17k out, we're going to get out front, get it stretched, but then back off here with Chang down to a 90 for a little bit. You know, only 2 riders, Grunland and Chang, are not placed in the top 11. Everybody else is in the top 11 overall in this race. We are headed for a whole lot of points. 10k down. Chang, it's a good 7k that he just controlled the race for, and he's got the enough energy to maybe make the finish.
While the pack is getting close to the finish line, everybody seems to agree that the stage will
Hainan
be won
now
in a
8k.
sprint.
He's going to get us down to 7 at least. On to Lubers. And again, we just roll up that a little bit harder, a little bit faster now, rider by rider. But we're already down to our final 4 guys with just now the 5k banner. So it's going to be a little bit harder to keep this thing going today. That earlier start being a factor. 97 now, Alton Garrel. The other guys can't take a second go. It's way too late for it. Now 3k out, Alton Garrel. I'm going to wait till 2k or 2.4 anyway. And Pickrell's going to have to go kind of early on this one. It's going to make it difficult on Zhu. On trying to get to the end. He might get overtaken by Ma or Cubis. Cubis has got it.
He really had to
Yes,
fight
he
for that
does.
one.
Zhu takes
A sprint,
second.
sprint finish.
Chang follows in. Did he didn't have anything left, though, to sprint with. Hainan did. They followed in. Pickrell, Lubers, there. Fields there. We've got the overall 1, 2, 3. Zhu second today, though. 3 wins out of 5 races. Probably should have had 4, though. So, Pickrell wins the overall. Zhu takes second. Cubis does jump Alton Garrel to get 3rd, but Alton Garrel still gets 4th. Hainan gets 7th. Lubers gets 9th. So, getting those guys in early and having them follow on actually worked out pretty well for them as they both gain a couple positions, earning the team more points ultimately. Yes, we drop a couple points with Alton Garrel, but I think we make up for it with the 4 places we gained. Otherwise, that's a heck of a team result. That's worth a lot of points for a 2-pro race from small, nothing 2-pro race. That's going to go a long ways to help bring us back up. That's going to do it for this episode, though. We'll have to check on those points later because the very next day we have 2 more races coming up. So we're not going to see the rankings altered just yet. I'm the Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.